Catching up from yesterday's class to today, I had to cancel the video call because of some reasons. But anyways, moving on. So basically, what I taught yesterday was just more or less about the chords, um, primary chords and secondary chords. All the tutorial videos are online, so you can just check it up and learn from there. It's just a crash course of what we did last year. So. So learning how to play chords. So I'm teaching on key of key C. Okay, before we continue, let us run through some basic terms and terminologies. Keyboard, we have 12 keys. All the musical instruments in this world has 12 keys, ranging from alphabet A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and 7. Then the remaining 5s are the sharps, sharps and flats. So we have C sharp, D flat, F sharp, B, A flat, and B flat. So sometimes the keyboard is built. Some time ago, the keyboard was started actually built on key of A, but due to recent development, they decided to make the key of C the first note on the keyboard. So we have key C, D, E, F, G. Then from beginning again, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. From beginning again, A, B. So just repeated across the keyboard. All right. So we have then the many 5 that makes up the 12. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 like I mentioned. Many 5 that makes up the 12 is a flat and sharp. So we have C sharp, E flat, F sharp, A flat, and B flat, making 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, 12, just across. They repeated everything across the keyboard. Yeah. So an octave. An octave is the range between the first note in a scale to the last note of that scale. So the scale that everybody knows is called the diatonic scale. So from the beginning of the first note to the last note, so from year to year is a range between. So this is an octave from year to year. Second octave. So 3, 4, 5. So this keyboard is built on 5 octaves. Alright, so another thing you should know is what a progression is. A progression is the way the chords are arranged in a particular way concerning the song. A progression is the way, the method, the pattern in which the musical chords are arranged to fit into a song. So a chord is when you play 2 or more musical notes together. When you play just one musical note, it's just one musical note. When you play 2 or more, it's a chord. So you play more than 2, it's a chord. As long as your fingers can carry, you're holding chords. So now I streamline it down to just 2 chords, 2 types of chords. The first chord is the primary chord. Second chord is the secondary chord. First is primary, second is secondary. Alright, so we have the primary chords. We have 3 chords in it. We have the do chord, the fa chord, the sol chord. The do chord comprises of 3 musical notes. You can add more if possible. So do mi sol makes up do chord, then do fa la makes up fa chord, then mi sol ti makes up the sol chord. So we have the do chord, fa chord, and the sol chord. Basically, primary chords. Primary chords can be used to play all musical notes in the world. So you can, if you learn the primary chords, at least you can still manage to play all musical notes in the world. Literally, all musical songs are there in the world. So that's the secondary chords. Secondary chords are 4 in nature, 4 in number. We have the re chord, the mi chord, the la chord, and the ti chord. So the re chord is most of chords are made with 3. You can add more if your hand can carry more. It's possible actually to add more chords to it. So we have just for the re chord we have the re fa la. That's for the re chord. For the mi chord we have mi sol ti. For the la chord we have la do mi. Then the ti chord we have ti re fa. Alright. So that's just it. So now I want to apply. I'm just giving a crash course of how we can use all of this. We can check it up in our YouTube channel. Everything is explained there. So for the do chord, so if I'm playing any chord here, the corresponding hand plays the single note. But I can't really explain what my left hand is doing right now. I'm sorry, but just listen. If you're playing a chord, just know that I'm playing at least the root chord, the first note of that chord. So do, mi, so I'm playing the do here. The fa, I'm playing the fa. For the sol chord, I'm playing the sol note here. So same thing applies to secondary chord. I'm playing re, I'm playing the re notes. I'm playing mi chord, I'm loading the mi, playing the la chord, I'm playing the la. But I will not just play. You can do that, but I'll add some other feels to my left hand to make it sweet and everything, just for this lesson. Okay, so moving on. So we have how to use the primary chord. It's very important how to use the primary chord. Now, the one thing about it is that first off, you have to make sure that the person singing sings on this key, because people can sing out of the key, and we have other key. We have 11 more keys, so no one can sing the one you can not play on top. The whole chord transpose, but I wouldn't advise you to start learning how to use transpose now. It's too early, you know, right? So moving on, we have how to use the primary and secondary chord. So I need a song. Why must it be Good Morning Jesus every time? So thank you Lord. No, let me down. Thank you. So you can always, to get the key of that particular, the tune to be aligned with the singer and the person playing, you have to kind of hum the first note, the root chord of the key. This is my do on key of C. So do, I've gotten already personally, I don't know. Do, so thank you Lord. I'm using only the primary chords. Thank you Lord, thank you Lord for everything you have done in my life. Thank you Lord. Sorry. Thank you Lord for everything you have done. Now to use both the primary and secondary chords. Now the way how to use it is that secondary chords are used in substitution of the primary chords. So primary chords now, for the do chord, you can use your mi in place of your do. For your fa now, you can use your la, both your la and your. You can replace. Sorry, from beginning again. For your mi, for your re chord is used to replace the sol chord. Your mi chord is used to replace your do chord. Your la chord is used to replace both your do and your fa chord, and your ti chord is used to replace both only your sol chord. Again, your re chord is used to replace your sol chord. Your mi chord is used to replace your do chord. Your la chord is used to replace both do and fa chord, and your ti chord is used to replace your sol chord. So the same song, I want to mix both the primary and secondary together. Thank you Lord. Thank you Lord for everything you have done. I'm trying not to use too much of my left hand. Thank you Lord. Thank you Lord for everything you have done. Now I want to use sustain pedal and a lot of my left hand. Thank you Lord. Thank you Lord for everything you have done. Thank you Lord. Thank you Lord. Thank you Lord for everything you have done. So I'll now want to mention the chord I'm playing as I'm singing, which is going to be difficult. So let's try. Thank you do, thank you the son now, you Lord, the la now, then si, you bend do Lord, then mi, then fa now, you Lord, then re, so then fa now, you have done, then back to do again. Thank you, you can even go do till la, but thank you Lord. Yes, then do mi now, you la Lord, mi fa now, you Lord, re, so 18 you are fa. or just have to practice. I got to where I am because over years I've been playing this and got better. So it's no magic. You can learn this. We have 11 more keys. I don't want to show off. We are going to play some of the keys, the same song on the keys, just the same thing I did, so that it is possible to learn all the keys. It's possible. Don't transpose. So I'm going from C now. So we have 12 keys. I just finished playing key of C, and I'm going to C sharp. So I'm going like that, like that, like that. The same thing I did, I'll do it there. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for everything you have done. Now, D now. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for everything you have done. Now, E flat. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for everything you have done. Down to E now. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for everything you have done. Now to F now. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for everything you have done. F sharp now. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for everything you have done. G now. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for everything you have done. E flat now. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for everything you have done. E now. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for everything you have done. B flat. Thank you. Hey. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, everything you have done. B now. Thank you, Lord. You hear my voice. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for everything you have done. Back to C. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord, for everything you have done. Thank you very much for listening. Do well to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Very important. Moving on to the guitar. Bye.